What do you think about John Jones picking his fights?
Aspinall is very talented. Legacy-wise, Pereira is a good fight for him. I think John has gotten better. He shut out the longest winning heavyweight champion there was.
I mean, do you think Tom Aspinall and John Jones will actually fight?
I think they will.
Spain's undefeated phenom, Ilia Topuria, just detonated the lightweight landscape with a fiery challenge for the UFC BMF champion, which was just crowned at UFC 318's blockbuster rematch between Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. Topuria wants legacy, so a third belt would do him just fine, and a stadium in Madrid roaring his name. On the other side, Tom Aspinall just shouted, "I'm in," after John Jones dared him to fight on the White House lawn during America's 250th birthday party. It sounds like pure comic book madness, yet it's unfolding in real life at dizzying speed.
My feelings towards him, I just wish him all the best. Genuinely wish him all the best. If he feels satisfied with what he's done, which he's saying he is, and he's happy to leave like that, then I genuinely wish him all the best.
Two of the toughest men in mixed martial arts might throw punches where presidents usually host picnics and press talks. Buckle up, because this ride is stacked with a lot of surprise, so subscribe to the MMA Desk as we can see UFC history right before our eyes. Tom Aspinall's road to becoming the true heavyweight king started with a twist no one saw coming. Last year, he held the interim belt, like being class president, while the real president is homesick. John Jones was that missing leader. After crushing Cyril Gane in March 2023, Jones tore a muscle, talked about resting his body, and stepped out of the drug testing pool every fighter must stay in. Months of silence followed. Fans wondered if the belt even mattered when the champ wouldn't defend it.
I saw Jones. We don't know if he was serious. Is he not retired anymore? Is he back in the...
He jumped back in the pool, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Officially?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because they're not going to want to miss something like this. How sick is that for you that now you kind of got this White House event for them, and it's like, I feel like this is what brings...
No matter who popped up or who didn't or whatever, we would have put on an incredible card. But the fact that literally everybody wants to fight on this card.
Feeling the pressure, UFC boss Dana White finally acted. One bright morning, he announced that Jones was relinquishing the title, so Aspinall's temporary tag vanished. In a single tweet, the polite British striker turned from substitute to principal of the whole division. Cameras flashed, confetti popped, but the triumph felt half-earned, like winning a race because the leader's shoelace snapped. Even while smiling for photos, Aspinall admitted he wanted to seal his crown by beating Jones face-to-face, not by waiting for paperwork. Just when everyone settled into the new order, the story flipped again. Without warning, John Jones re-entered the USADA testing pool, the big list that allows surprise drug checks and starts a 6-month countdown to fight night. Rejoining that list is like sending a group text that screams, "Class is back in session."
Just saying hello. Just saying hello. What's going on, man? How are you? Hello, good, man.
For a man who'd hinted at retirement, the move blared like a siren. Reporters spotted the entry within hours, and the internet lit up brighter than Times Square. Some fans cheered, others groaned, but everyone asked, is John serious this time? He dropped brief training clips, posted Bible verses, and finally wrote, "Chasing greatness never ends." One sentence lit up every combat sports blog. For Aspinall, the ghost he wanted to fight had just walked through the door. Coaches reminded him to stay razor sharp because 6 months from re-signing landed near International Fight Week, a stretch when the UFC loves to drop bombshells. The heavyweight chessboard was resetting, and every square once again revolved around John Jones. The comeback chatter might have stayed rumors if not for a jaw-dropping idea from former US President Donald Trump.
Dana, we're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little... We're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. We're going to have a UFC fight, championship fight.
At a rally, he joked about building a cage on the White House lawn for a special bout during the nation's 250th birthday on July 4th, 2026. Most people laughed it off as campaign hype, but Dana White, one of Trump's oldest friends, nodded and said, "We're working on it." Those 3 words spread faster than any meme. Sports channels imagined drone shots of fireworks bursting over Washington while 20,000 screaming fans circled a glowing octagon. Suddenly, politics, history, and cage fighting shared the same headline. Sponsors smelled the biggest show since the first Super Bowl. Fighters everywhere volunteered online, but one matchup towered above them all: Jones versus Aspinall, legend versus meteor, beneath the Capitol Dome. For the UFC, it promised a stage bigger than Madison Square Garden, maybe even bigger than UFC 300.
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him.
For America, it teased a birthday bash no one would ever forget. While the world buzzed, Dana White hustled to turn the dream into reality. Insiders say he phoned Jones, then Aspinall, pitching one simple deal: 5 rounds, heavyweight title, giant outdoor cage on the White House grass. Both men, White insists, said yes within minutes. The fight looked signed until Jones fired off a late-night tweet storm about family, faith, and letting younger lions shine. Reporters translated that as retirement number 2. Dana struck back the next day, repeating that Jones had already agreed. The timeline twisted like a roller coaster.
Tom Aspinall, I didn't read it. I told you guys already, we'll get Aspinall versus Jones done. John Jones versus, the heavyweight fight will happen. Just relax, I'll announce that soon.
One moment posters were rumored to be printed, the next the match was dead, then alive again after Jones quietly filed official USADA paperwork. Fans built personal scorecards of every statement, turning the saga into a daily soap opera. Memes showed Jones fading in and out like an Instagram filter. Finally, after a week of silence, he posted 4 bold words: "See you at 250. Aspinall kept his reply short: "Tell me when and where." He uploaded a quick gym video, sweaty gloves still on, captioned, "Ready when you are, champ." 1 million views later, the hype meter shattered. The stakes go far beyond shiny belts. John Jones owns an almost perfect record. His only loss came from an illegal elbow, not a judge's scorecard. Many experts already call him the greatest MMA fighter ever. Yet his case at heavyweight feels incomplete without a title defense.
Well, Tom Aspinall, good one?
Huh?
Tom Aspinall, maybe?
Who?
Tom Aspinall?
No.
Okay, fair enough. I asked Eric the same.
Tom Aspinall, meanwhile, is the blazing comet across the sky. He moves like a middleweight, hits like a truck, and can choke out black belts. If he beats Jones during America's biggest anniversary party, he jump cuts straight into GOAT talk. Even the record books feel the tension. A Jones victory would tie Randy Couture for most heavyweight title wins. An Aspinall triumph would make him only the 3rd Brit to defend a UFC belt. One man fights to seal a legacy, the other to build one in a single, unforgettable night. Picking a winner has split the MMA world like cracked glass. Daniel Cormier, who fought Jones twice, notes that Aspinall has never seen round 4 and might fade late. Chael Sonnen claims Jones is stalling to shield his spotless record. Michael Bisping cheers for his countrymen but warns that betting against John usually empties wallets. Podcasts toss out endless stats. Jones controls foes for 3 minutes each round. Aspinall lands 6 significant strikes per minute. Sports science experts compare fast twitch muscles and bone density, turning barstool debates into biology class. Some analysts run computer simulations, 10 virtual fights where each man wins 5, only fueling more arguments. Hashtag swing hourly. One afternoon, Chalker Team Aspinall trends worldwide. By nightfall, Chalker Bones is back retakes the lead. Even middle school lunchrooms buzz, proving hype travels faster than any plane ticket. While the internet argues, Aspinall treats the chaos like math homework. Solve one problem at a time. He told interviewer Adam Catterall he wants 4 fights in 12 months, blistering speed for 260-pound athletes. He's already finished 6 of the top 10 contenders. The remaining names, Cyril Gane, Derek Lewis, Jelton Almeida, Waldo Cortez Acosta, sit like checkboxes on his phone's notes app. If the Jones bout stalls, rumor says the UFC will fly Aspinall to New York for a Madison Square Garden showdown with Gane. His daily routine reads like a pilot's logbook. Dawn mobility drills, breakfast, sparring, wrestling practice, film study, strength work, recovery pool, then journaling before bed.
John Jones is probably watching this, so send him a message. Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight.
Coaches insist the structure keeps his mind calm even while headlines swirl. Every completed camp adds armor before he tackles the final boss. Fans, however, have trust issues with John Jones's timeline. They remember failed drug tests, late-night car crashes, and promises that vanished like morning fog. One petition asking the UFC to strip his belt gathered thousands of signatures, a loud sign of frustration. Meme pages show skeletons waiting by silent TVs. Supporters argue that megastars can move at their own pace because they drive business, and pay-per-view pay-per-view numbers back them up. Jones' fights sell. Still, even die-hard fans admit another injury or mood swing could wreck the White House dream. Comment threads stretch hundreds of posts deep, tracking every flight Jones takes and every photo Aspinall shares. A single Instagram story of Jones hitting mitts sparks rumors of new tactics. A snapshot of Aspinall sprinting hills triggers talk of boosted cardio. Dana White tries calming the storm by repeating, "This fight is so big you'll never forget it." But skeptics keep screenshots of every delay. For Aspinall, the chatter is both distraction and fuel. Each rumor pushes him back into the gym, determined to silence doubts the only way fighters know, inside the cage. The looming clash spotlights two giant questions about fighting itself. First, can Jones, nudging 40 and fresh off surgeries, still dominate after long layoffs? Second, can Aspinall handle the deep end if the bout reaches rounds 4 and 5 he's never visited? 5-round fights equal 25 punishing minutes, where oxygen feels like treasure. Jones has survived those waters against everyone from wrestlers to snipers. Aspinall has sprinted through foes so fast, judges barely sipped water. Coaches expect Jones to clinch, elbow, and grind, hoping to drain Tom's gas tank. Aspinall plans to fire early, dance out of danger, and pounce on any stumble. Sports psychologists add a mental layer. Jones has thrived under bright lights for a decade, while Aspinall is still learning to tune out the roar. How each handles nerves on that historic lawn may decide who leaves with the belt, and who leaves with regret. Ilia Topuria isn't waiting for matchmakers. He's writing his own legend. Moments after Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier touch gloves in the UFC 318 main event, El Matador will be pacing backstage, visualizing whoever emerges bloodied but triumphant. He knows the world calls Holloway an immortal volume puncher and Poirier a diamond forged in Louisiana heat, yet Topuria sees only opportunity. He'll offer a king's ransom, a shot at his undisputed featherweight throne, provided the iconic black and gold BMF strap is wagered, winner take all. Champion versus champion, weight classes colliding, pride against legacy. Imagine it, Bernabeu Stadium, 75,000 throats chanting Topuria, as the Mediterranean's most precise finisher squares off with either Holloway's endless combinations or Poirier's bone-splintering boxing. Dana White loves chaos. Fans crave history. Topuria delivers both with a single call-out. This isn't trash talk. It's a proclamation that the next era of MMA begins on Spanish soil, under bright Iberian lights, where 2 titles, 2 career-defining win streaks, and the chance to become a multi-division legend hang in the balance. Will Holloway chase immortality? Will Poirier gamble everything? The gauntlet is down, and the countdown has already begun. Madrid is ready, the belts are shining, and every punch will echo through history forevermore. Right now, every big domino lines up, ready to fall. Trump's staff studies security routes, the Secret Service measures cage dimensions, and Dana White quietly books hotels and portable locker rooms. The USADA clock is ticking, meaning Jones will be fully cleared by early 2026. Aspinall's Manchester camp has already laid new mats for extra partners. All that remains is ink on paper and a flashy poster. Insiders predict an official reveal during next year's International Fight Week. When it drops, airline sites will crash, Washington hotels will fill in minutes, and history classes might one day note that the first pro-cage fight on government grass starred a British powerhouse and an American legend. Until then, fans refresh timelines, fighters peek at each other's training clips, and the calendar inches toward July 4th, 2026. If this battle truly happens, no one will forget where they were the moment one simple phrase, "I'm in," turned a wild challenge into living history.